Canadians are increasingly disillusioned with Justin Trudeau's leadership. After nearly a decade in power, the shine has worn off. The sense of hope and optimism that initially greeted Trudeau has waned. Many Canadians feel the country is headed in the wrong direction. Economic anxieties, coupled with a perceived sense of ethical drift, are fueling this discontent. The upcoming election could be a turning point. Canadians will have to decide if the Liberal Party under Trudeau's leadership deserves another mandate. The weight of scandals, the erosion of trust, and a resurgent Conservative Party make this a real possibility. The Liberal Party, since its return to power in 2015, has been plagued by a series of scandals. These controversies have chipped away at public trust. The SNC-Lavalin affair, where Trudeau was found to have improperly pressured his own justice minister, raised serious ethical questions. The weed charity scandal further fueled these concerns. It revealed a perceived culture of entitlement within the government. More recently, allegations of Chinese interference in Canadian elections have cast a long shadow. The government's response to these allegations has been criticized as slow and inadequate. These scandals taken together paint a picture of a government increasingly out of touch with the concerns of ordinary Canadians. The cumulative impact of these scandals has been significant. They have eroded public trust in the government. They have also raised questions about Trudeau's judgment and leadership. The Prime Minister has faced calls to resign from opposition parties. He has also faced criticism from within his own party. The scandals have undoubtedly hurt the Liberal Party's standing with voters. It remains to be seen whether they will be enough to unseat them in the next election. Public opinion polls suggest a tightening race between the Liberals and Conservatives. While Trudeau led comfortably in previous elections, the gap has narrowed considerably. The Conservatives, under new leadership, have capitalized on the government's missteps. They have presented themselves as a viable alternative. They have focused their message on economic issues, particularly the rising cost of living. This resonates with many Canadians who are feeling the pinch. The Liberals, on the other hand, are banking on their record. They point to their handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. They also highlight their investments in social programs. However, the party is facing headwinds. The economy is slowing, inflation remains stubbornly high. These factors are eroding the Liberals' support. The outcome of the next election is uncertain. It is likely to be a close race. The result will depend on which party can better connect with voters on the issues that matter most. Section 4. A controversial pact, the NDP-Liberal agreement. In 2022, the Liberals and NDP struck a confidence and supply agreement. This agreement saw the NDP agree to support the Liberal government on key votes. In exchange, the Liberals agreed to advance certain NDP priorities, including dental care and pharmacare. The agreement was intended to provide stability to the minority government. It was also meant to keep the Conservatives out of power. However, the deal has been met with mixed reactions. Supporters of the agreement argued that it was necessary to prevent another election. They also pointed to the potential benefits of the agreement, such as the introduction of new social programs. However, critics of the agreement argued that it was undemocratic. They argued that it gave the NDP too much power. They also argued that it would lead to higher taxes and more government spending. Section 5. The price of power. Public perception of the agreement. The NDP-Liberal agreement has proven to be a double-edged sword. While it has provided the Liberals with a degree of stability, it has also fueled perceptions of backroom dealing. Critics argue it undermines the spirit of open and transparent governance. The agreement has become a lightning rod for public discontent. Many Canadians view it as a cynical power grab. They see it as a way for the Liberals to cling to power. This perception has hurt both parties. The NDP has been accused of propping up a scandal-plagued government. The Liberals in turn are seen as beholden to the NDP. This limits their ability to govern effectively. The agreement has also energized the Conservative Party. They have used it as a rallying cry, accusing both parties of putting their own interests ahead of the country's. The long-term implications of the agreement remain unclear. However, it is evident that it has had a significant impact on Canadian politics. Section 6. The 2025 election, a looming showdown. the political landscape in Canada is increasingly polarized. The next federal election, scheduled for 2025, is shaping up to be a closely contested battle. The outcome will have significant implications for the country's direction. The Liberals are facing an uphill battle. They are weighed down by scandals. They are also facing economic headwinds. The Conservatives, sensing an opportunity, are campaigning hard. They are focusing on issues like the cost of living and affordability. The NDP, weakened by the Liberal agreement, are struggling to remain relevant. They are caught between a resurgent Conservative Party and a Liberal Party desperate to cling to power. The outcome of the election is uncertain. However, one thing is clear: Canadians are looking for change. They are tired of the scandals. They are also worried about the economy. The party that can best address these concerns will be the one that wins the next election. Section 7. Conclusion: A nation at a crossroads. Canada stands at a pivotal moment. The political landscape is fractured. Public trust in institutions is waning. The upcoming election will be a referendum on Justin Trudeau's leadership. It will also be a test of the values that underpin Canadian democracy. Canadians are facing a stark choice. Do they opt for the status quo, despite its flaws, or do they choose a new direction with all its uncertainties? The answer to this question will shape the country's future. The stakes are high. The world is watching. Canada, once a beacon of hope and stability, is grappling with its own internal divisions. The outcome of the next election will determine whether the country can heal these divisions and move forward together.